Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing? Raptor, Aslan, welcome in. Welcome. Let's go ahead and get started. How are you guys doing today? Happy Wednesday. I'm going to get a drink of water. All right. Excuse me. Okay. Today, man, I forgot to replace my paint cup. I'm going to go do that. Working some Thousand Suns. Nice. All right. Sounds great. Just going to the office. Team day, lots of chatting. Y'all kind of talked out. So I'm going to be painting some Night Lords tanks, and this is the first step doing this. So we have gray blue, and I did a light dry brush over it, and just try to catch the edges. I feel like I did it really well in this tank. We're going to do it on the other 3 tanks that we have and the 2 turrets. But first, I'm already going to mute for a second. I'm going to swap out my paint water. I'm going to make sure that that's good to go. So I will be back in like 2 minutes, guys. Okay, all right. I think I'm ready. How's the Thousand Suns progress going, Aslan? I finished a whole bunch of minis last night. I'd say I officially finished the Walker tanks. I finished the demons, and I finished my my rogue psyker. So varnished. They're done, ready to be put on the table. I did put a lot of stuff out on the display shelf, so I had to grab a new shelf basically to put everything out because I have too many Thousand Suns. That's the problem. All right, we're gonna go ahead and grab the other rhino so you guys can see the comparison here. That dry brush. So let's get this rhino out, and we used gray blue as our dry brush color. All right. Let's put down some paint. I have had a busy morning. Really busy morning. And it's only 10 a.m. It's barely 10 a.m. Okay. I'm waiting for tomorrow. Heresy Thursday is the thing I look forward to. That's my Thursday. It's my big thing to look forward to on Thursday. How boring of a life do I have where that's my thing? One real gentle. If we're careful enough, we can stretch this brush of paint out. Blast us. most of the mini. Yeah, I need to take an updated photo of the display shelf from my Thousand Suns, because actually I moved stuff off another shelf to make room. So my Thousand Suns now take up the entire like shelving unit. It's four or five shelves. I think it's 4 shelves is what they take up. But I kind of put like two shelves together, like side by side, and the Thousand Suns take up all of it. So I have a little bit of wiggle room, but whenever I do eventually finish the Typhon or the Typhon siege tank that I have, I think I'm going to be out of space again. So, and I also have one more Leman Russ I need to put on there because I was messing around with some stuff on that. I have my heavy weapons squad for my Thousand Suns. I have the demons. So I think I'm going to be out of room really quick, and we'll have to find other places for my Thousand Suns. Pretty crazy. I also need to update my painted list for the year and everything. My completed minis for the army. I keep a running total of like what I have. I think instead of trying to like work at this too hard, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and get some more paint on the brush. Hey, Domo Robogato, how you doing this morning? Hope you're having a wonderful morning. Or afternoon, depending on where you are, evening. Whatever it may be. Yeah, we're just moving really lightly with the dry brush. We're not putting really any pressure. We're trying to make sure we hit all the edges. Hit those edges, that's when the paint gets put down. That's all we really want is the paint on the edges. We're not too crazy about tinting the model a lighter color or doing anything about that. It's just all these little edges on the mini. Wandering Picked, welcome. Welcome. Slowly getting to a workflow, alright. Fun. Is that like a workflow, or is that like a painting workflow?
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your home.
Hey, Dragon Spike, welcome. Thank you for the follow. How are you doing this morning? Okay, we've got everything out there. At work. Okay, gotcha. The decals do next. Putting the mounts and the riders together makes it easier. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. Are the decals the last thing you're doing, or are you doing a little bit after that? Like some weathering stuff? Okay, I think that might be about it with the dry brush on this one. Got this side. Get some of these lower pieces. I don't plan on painting the bottom really, but a few more details to paint after that. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Bases are done. Waiting for the mounts, yeah. Well, nice. It's awesome. I am excited to see the finished minis. I love it. I love the Deathcore army. That's so cool. Okay, there is a second Rhino dry brushed. Let's get, let's just go ahead and get the turrets on these Predators. The bottom, make sure our colors are fine here. These are 3D prints, so curious why they look a little different, or there's maybe some inconsistencies. That would be why. I found some good proxies and I printed these. The Rhino prints are a breeze. Like, no issues. You know, 2 build plates per tank on my little printer, and like it's all good. The Predators are nice. You know, it's like I think three build plates per tank. I was able to cram some things. Those actually, I printed 2 of them in 5 prints, but the supports are ridiculous on these prints. Like I used the pre-support and they were way too thick, to where I was breaking pieces on the model trying to get supports off and stuff, which hasn't happened to me in a long time. So it's pretty crazy. You like the flags? That's cool. Yeah, I definitely have. I've seen your progress on them, but it's a little different seeing the finished mini, right? Yeah, I think that's good. That turret. Let's get the other turret. Finished models are the finishing. Yeah. Just that little bit. That's just nice. It's nice to see. Warhammer Playgroup could possibly be starting up again. Oh, cool. All right. Okay, so don't play Bretonnians. I don't know what kind of stuff you like. I feel like Warhammer Fantasy has like all the classic tropes. You know, if you like classic dwarves, you got dwarves. If you like classic undead, you got two flavors of them. You got vampire counts and tomb kings, more like Egyptian undead. The Empire's always cool. They're super versatile and they're just people. And you get like a lot of versatility. My understanding is they're not super good, but if you're worried about what's good, then that's a different story. But pick a faction that's cool. I am a huge Vampire Count fan, so I'm going to be a little biased toward them. Wood Elves have a book coming out, so Wood Elves and Beastmen both could be really cool to play. Both are definitely like really unique to play in the context of the game. Yeah, what's fun to paint? I mean, I really like the Vampire Counts, and I think all the Soulblight stuff is just what you get for the Vampire Counts. If you're buying minis for them like that, like the new Soulblight stuff is perfect, and you don't have to worry about buying extra books because they're a legacy faction. So you just have the main book and then the PDF, and that's all you need. Yeah, Wood Elves will be getting a new stuff eventually. Same with Beastmen. Yeah, Groovy, Rachel, welcome. Tomb Kings are based. Ogres are cheap. Skaven are easy to collect right now. Yeah, Skaven are easy to collect. They got the AOS starter. Practically fits 1-to-1 with Warhammer Fantasy Skaven. It's because those models were made for Warhammer Fantasy Skaven. They're made to be interchangeable, but that's a whole other discussion. In Old World, I'd do Cathay. Yeah, we don't know when Cathay is coming out, and they don't have rules, so that's a little more difficult if the group's starting up in a month, but Cathay is cool. Hey, Trinison, welcome. Yeah, Skaven are they're like one of the most popular factions in Warhammer Fantasy. And it's so like blaringly obvious what GW was doing with their marketing thing, where they didn't like cross streams of gaming studios when the Skaven were put as a legacy faction. It's insane. Yeah, you're going to be buying AOS stuff for Skaven, so just keep that in mind, and just find square bases to convert them. No, they are in Old World. No, there's no technically no. It's technically yes, and yes, they are. They just won't be getting a book anytime soon, which is fine. You don't need a book or special characters. There's plenty of list building in there. Old World Army against a Cathay list, yeah. You'd go Nurgle if you're getting into Old World? Yeah. Like Demons or Warriors of Chaos with Nurgle focus. Yeah, Beastmen are cool. You just need more clan rats and rats. Yeah, you get to save money to spend on more fodder. More cannon fodder. Esselin Skaven. Oh, that's cool, yeah. Maybe. Yeah, if you're doing straight up demons, wandering pick, then yeah, Tzeentch is an option. I don't know about like the mortal units in Age of Sigmar might be a little wonky to fit into the Old World, because some of those mortal units are pretty trippy. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that fits into the old world from AOS, but I think Chaos is probably the most prevalent one that you can interchange, but you know, it's not everything. Yeah, yeah, and if you can find like two or three of those, the fourth edition Sigmar Skaven halves, you're like really set on all your basics. Um, yeah, and a lot of the weird stuff in the Skaven army for AOS are in the old world, so there's not a lot that isn't in the old world for Skaven that's in AOS. There's definitely some stuff, but yeah. So yeah, you can run Zangor as yeah, as Beastman, right? Zangors are Beastmen, so they just be Zinch marked Beastmen is all they are. So yeah, you can do that.
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me
Hey,
back into your home.
Ninja Fruit Box, thank you for the follow. Welcome, guys. Guys, we're almost at 4,000 followers. That's crazy. Wild. We're putting a dry brush on these tanks, and then we're going to be painting these tanks. Just continuing painting this tank. See what I can get done today. Hey, Helgrot, welcome, welcome. Yeah, any kind of goblin unit, yeah, is also good. At Artificer Rats, I'll be happy. Yeah, no, you definitely can. That's like Clan Scryer is what they're called. They're like the technology rats. Technology Skaven. But there's all kinds of, you know, there's weapon teams and plague mortars and rattling guns and warp fire throwers and warp lightning cannons and all that stuff. Doom wheels. Yeah, you got plenty you can work with in the old world. Finally, I found a dry brusher. Oh no! Were you searching just like day and night for someone that's dry brushing? I tell people all the time. I've painted a lot of tanks this year, and I tell people dry brushing is the way to go on tanks. Takes a little bit of practice, but honestly, it you get like 90% of the result as you would highlighting, like edge highlighting, and it takes a tenth the time. They paint highlights, yeah. I mean, I do paint highlights on stuff, but no, not on a whole tank, especially not an Imperial tank. You know, these tanks scream for dry brushing. Yeah, Plague Furnace and Screaming Bells are also a thing. Yep. 1001 game is so stupid. Yeah. Yep. I agree, Groovy. I agree. After a 30-year break, holy cow. Alright. Alright, so welcome back. Finished a D&D Dragon Warrior. That's cool. Very cool. Your break was longer than my painting career here. I started painting about 25 years ago. as a wee lad. But hey, welcome to Geriatric Twitch. You are in the right place here. This is the old folks' home for Twitch, is the painting miniatures and models Twitch channel. So, or maybe it's just my stream, I don't know. Or what all is going to be. All this casing, what is that? It's just silver, some blue. Okay, all right. We got this. Exogenarian, yeah. This gives us a lot of stuff I gathered from my wife's Skaven. Go from early Metal Warp Lightning Cannon to the latest. Yeah, Island of Blood stuff was really good. The Metal Warp Lightning Cannon was great. It was just this little janky looking like chunk of metal. My buddy had one when we used to play. The new one's way bigger mini. Let's see, we get you. You're good. You're good here, Mr. Tank. Alright, we'll just get a little bit on the inside there. I think he's good. Let's see. How's that look with the turret?
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me.
Hey, Hellgrat, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, man, I just chill and paint. That's what I do most days. Yeah, we just finished, I 3D printed a bunch of tanks for myself. I painted for 12 hours straight this past Friday. And almost finished the tanks, but we finished them up. I actually finished them up yesterday evening with some varnishes and stuff on them, and as well as a couple other minis. But it was good. It was good stuff. What I was saying, where I was going with that, but yeah. So I just hang out and paint minis, and again, this has been apparently a year of tanks. I have painted almost as many tanks as infantry minis at this point. I'm going on like 20 tanks for the year. No, it's not even close to the amount of infantry I've painted, but I have painted a lot of tanks already. What kind of printer are you using, if you don't mind me? I use an Elegoo Mars 3 Pro, which is, I believe, a little dated at this point, but that little thing just chugs along. I've had it for a couple years, and yeah, it's a little beast. 3D printing does get pretty frustrating. Like, it is a serious learning process and a lot of like troubleshooting and just headaches and weird chemicals and all kinds of stuff like that. But yeah, when I can get it going, I can get some work in. I did a really crazy week of prints getting ready for that 12-hour stream, and I printed 10 tanks of my own, and then I printed these 4 Space Marine tanks here, 2 Predator battle tanks or whatever, and then 2 Rhinos for a buddy of mine. So I printed all that in about a week, which felt good. It was probably 30 prints or so that I just moved through. I was just going, like, shifted my entire schedule around my 3D printer is pretty much what I did. Tuvan, good morning. How you doing? Get some prints in Australia. Yeah. That's fair. Yeah, you just have to like find like a print farm that's Yeah, that's printing stuff and selling it. There's a really good Australian YouTube channel called Once in a Six Side. He is probably the best like 3D print, like miniature 3D print channel, but he has very informative stuff to teach you about 3D printing if you're interested in learning. And yeah, he's a fellow Aussie. More base paint's laid down on the desk shroud. Nice, nice. Been watching Once in a Six Side. Yeah, his channel's great. Yeah, he does a ton of good stuff. Tuvan, have you been following the Death Guard stuff? You excited for the Death Guard coming? I don't know if what's good and what isn't in 40K right now. I am out of the loop. Super stoked. John Lockridge, yes, we got tanks. These are Zendrow's tanks. So I got some stuff to paint for Zendro. It's gonna be some stuff. I have these 4 tanks that I'm painting, and then I'll have he actually gave me a Conrad Kurz to paint for him too, so I'm gonna paint resin Conrad Kurz. That'll be fun. Which of Zen's gets a name? I think it was the 2 Predators. I wrote them down, so I have it all written on the list. And hobby this weekend. Nice, nice. Batman, welcome. How are you doing? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Yes, the name will be prominently in view. Yep. We'll make sure he can't avoid it or hide the names on his tanks that you guys chose for them. So worry about that. Funny nails. Yeah, they're chipping away. Yeah. We reached a goal for stream. It was actually our Patreon reached a goal before last Friday, so my wife painted my my fingernails on stream, and she clear coated them and did all the things to make them last. They have been lasting. I've been kind of picking at them a little bit. Okay, this is just smearing. Stop smearing paint. I don't want you to smear. It's not working out. Hold on. Gonna go to a nearby LGS, sitting at a table, build my models while others play 40K. Nice. Okay. Yeah, getting out of the house. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it, John Lockridge. Yeah. Very cool, man. Wait, what? Please don't say weird things about my wife, or I'm just going to time you out. Oh, that sucks, Groovy. That sucks. Yeah, yeah, Groovy. That's why I am lazy, and I just buy a whole new vat for my printer when the FEP starts showing uh, signs of wear. I don't mess with the like actually doing the FEP myself. I did it once, and I almost destroyed my whole printer. So for some reason, this brush just stopped working. Oh, the Contemptor torso is gorgeous. Oh, good, good, Zen. Hopefully, it's like everything's the right size and stuff. I didn't resize anything or like measure anything out, so. Conditioner Gordon, that'd be great. Okay, for some reason, my brush just completely pooped out with this dry brush. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with this. All right, that one's a little janky looking. That's okay. It'll all look better as we go. Dry brushing. Too much paint on there. Yeah. Yeah, the big. Yeah, try with like a dry palette, like a dry brush palette would be really helpful for that. A romantical movie. I don't think I want to know what movie you watched, to be honest. It's the brunt of your dad jokes, yeah. I get it. No, no, I get them all day too, so. Okay. Dry brush is done. I am going to paint some red. I think red is the thing we're going to do here. Yeah, these tanks are fairly simple. Nothing too crazy on them. Yeah, some red, some black, and some silver. Silver will take some time. We're going to do the red first. I bet it was a nice movie. Okay, and the way Zen has this tank, he left an example tank for me to paint, so or to use as an example. So he painted these like side pieces here. Let's start on this one. after this we can pull out silver, do all the silver, then the black, and then some washes, and there's just a couple more details. I don't have transfers or anything. You have to Zen to do, but I'm just doing the bulk of the work here. Man, I'm trying to find updates, but I heard in my son's soccer league there was like a fight at a game last night, and something about it involved a coach, where the coach is basically kicked out. And I want to know details. I'm trying to find people to what, spill the beans or whatever, tell me what was going on. Parent versus coach, probably, yeah, yeah. It's interesting because I think I know the teams that were playing last night, and neither of those coaches seem like ones to be getting in fights. There was we did have my son had a game on Monday, and their coach, the other team's coach, was being kind of a tool. He kept trying to call fouls and like complain at our coach about kids like accidentally kicking other kids in the shins and stuff because they're kicking the ball. So he was getting like real like salty about that, and our coach was like trying to defend the kids and stuff from it and everything. But so I would imagine it'd be that team. Also, one kid that was on that team, his parents and the kid were kicked out of the basketball league, the same basketball league, because the family's basically trash. But so I would have assumed, if I had to guess, it was any team, it was going to be that team. But I don't think they played yesterday because they played Monday. I don't think we do 2 games in a row. Oh shoot. Yeah, no, that no, they definitely are, dude. That kid, so that kid played basketball, and it was my son's like one season he played basketball. He didn't like it, mainly because his coach and his team were all garbage. He didn't learn anything, and like it was so bad. But so this kid would show up, and he was like taller than a lot of the other kids, and he would just knock kids over and like elbow kids and do all these things, and his parents were always yelling at him to do that kind of stuff. Like they were always trying to get him to like knock kids over and stuff, like little kids, and it was like from like kindergarten to like 3rd grade league. So third graders like trying to beat up kindergartners basically. The kid also had a number, his jersey number was 88, and his family would start like yelling like very suspicious things during the games and stuff, and would yell at other kids, and start making threats to the coaches and stuff. And so I'm pretty sure it was like some clan members or something, and their kid, they're just trying to beat up minority kids basically. But yeah, that family ended up getting in a fight during a game. Yeah, his number, did I say his number? He was number 88 also, which I was like, of course he is. Like, what kid comes up with the number 88 for his own jersey? Um, and, yeah. So, yeah, just a little monster. So, yeah, it is. It is Raja. Yep. It's like, yeah, it's like the white supremacists, one of their like number things or whatever. And like there's no like first or second grade or whatever that thinks like, man, number 88, that's a cool number. It doesn't happen. Kids don't think a number's that big unless they're gonna be like, I want to be number a million or something, you know. Uh, so they ended up getting in a fight, and it was basically like something about I don't know what it was in the basketball league, but it was they were doing like kind of like a tournament to end the game. We weren't there, but um, basically two kids started going at it, and then the one parent ran out onto the court after one of the kids, and so the other parent ran out of the court to like defend their kid, and they started fighting and stuff. It was crazy. Yeah, it was that trashy family that ran out after a kid that was like getting in a fight, probably standing up for himself against the other kid. But no, that kid's allowed to play soccer, so we'll see. Yeah, no, Aslan. That's not what it was. Right, it's not even, yeah. When you're 12, yeah, you always everybody fights over the number 69 or something. But like what superstar has the number 88 on their jersey? That a kid would want to mimic. I don't know. I My wife and I were texting about this whole whatever happened at the soccer game last night, and because we don't know, we just know our coach. Yeah, they don't want. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Raja. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Um, our coach was at the field, but he said because he coaches a team in each of the two leagues that play, and he said it wasn't like his game that it happened. So that's how we know it was like in our league that something happened. But or I guess it could have been like even older kids or something. But yeah, we gotta find that out. Me and my wife were talking about it. It'd be pretty funny if it was this kid's family again. Like, just ostracize them from the community. Like, they're gonna do this. Like they don't deserve to be part of group activities because obviously they can't handle themselves. But I would have felt that way after the basketball incident. Also funny that they let their kid play soccer with that too. Austrian painter who would rock an 80 on the. That's true. That is true. Yeah. Yeah. Also, why is that a funny image? Like in my head, like a basketball jersey. Just that's so ridiculous. Also, let's not make it like a painter thing, okay? Because more and more European countries forbid it. Okay, yeah, because they do it like deliberately, right? Like there's like a whole connotation with that. Yeah, it's like why families don't name their kids Adolf anymore. It's a family name. Okay, yeah, sure. Anyway, yeah, we thought it'd be funny if it was that kid's parents fighting with that coach that was yelling at us last game, and they all just got kicked out. That'd be that'd be pretty great. I don't know. Would it be funnier if it were like a U6 team, like kindergartners or like preschoolers playing, and parents and coaches getting in a fight? Like, so I can look at Skaven now. Yeah. What comes in that spearhead? I can give you a good site for square bases too. Wandering Picked. You grew and Pacha just making just the right face. Yeah. uh, we'll do a second coat of this color. Yeah, yeah, to use 6 game, yeah, that'd be incredible. Like the kids don't even play with goalies, you know? They're just running in circles after the ball. Okay. Yeah, I think Aslan has the right idea though. At least start with one of the starter set for the Skaven half, and then a spearhead might bulk it out a little bit because you get the cannon and the storm fiends and stuff too. So right. Yeah, yeah, but the point is, Aslan, you he can get both, right? But yeah, you get the starter set for like the bulk of things. But if you want like a warp lightning cannon and like the storm fiends and stuff, I don't know what everything comes with what, but um, yeah, because having 80 or 100 clan rats is, I don't know if that's minimal, but like that's not a huge deal for Skaven. So yeah, both those sets will be around for a while, so it's not like you have to rush and get one or the other. 180, okay. And Spearhead content plus. Still need more than 100 Skaven slaves. Yeah. Yep. Just don't put shields on your clan rats, and maybe you're good. For Skaven slaves, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the Skaven slaves come equipped with. 145 for the Skaven half. Yeah, it's solid. Yeah. Yeah, that's also worth posting, Wandering Picked. People maybe that want everything but the Skaven out of the box. These have been a productive day. Oil change, bank stuff. Yeah, nice, nice. Listen to Twitch while you work out. That is his dedication, dude. I've been super busy already, and I have a busy afternoon, so. And we are doing Patreon Hangout tonight, so Patreon members, come chill in Discord this evening. I start on 8:30 if I can manage it. Yeah. I'll post a reminder for people. In the Patreon chat, so rip my sleep tonight. You don't have to show up Wandering Picked. It is nice having you there, but I understand. You gotta sleep too. It is just for Patreon members, yes. Our Patreon hangout on Discord is for Patreon. Any paid level, Patreon members get to come, and we have just a voice chat every Wednesday night, about 8:30 Eastern. You've been what? Knee? Oh, okay. Nicotine free since Monday. Oh no. Oh, that sucks, man. That sucks, Sam. You think like caffeine would help or something? Just start like pounding caffeine. I don't know. Oh, half my yard. Kill team tonight. Yeah. Okay. That's fair. Yeah, we're normally on till like 10:30 or 11. So if you want to come and chill afterwards, you don't have to be there the whole time. You can pop in and say hi, or stick around for as long as you want. So. And honestly, if I get off, that doesn't mean you guys have to get off either. So. Terrible, yeah. Oh, that sucks. Hey, congrats on being nicotine free, though. Yes, live Aslan. Chill, dude. Chill. There are benefits to being a Patreon member, I'm just saying. Take most migraine meds to make my heart race. That sucks. Yeah. That's too bad. Yeah, there are benefits. I tell you guys this. No one believes me. Okay, we got you. But I'm not complaining. Oh God, no. Let me put some more red down. I mean, the ASMR happens regardless, but Zen, I did want to tell you I tried the like liquid weathering pigment from Huge Miniatures. I tested it out. I don't know if you want to see the result. It ends up a lot thicker than I prefer. So I'll show you here. I have one of the Walker tanks. I tried it on its feet. I think I could apply it thinner, but you just have to make sure it's like super thin, because I don't like the weathering to be as heavy as this. But yeah, let me just get this piece here. What's the most common Sega Genesis game ever? What? Sonic 2. Okay. Together do so someone else asked me the same. Oh dang, wow. Okay. Okay. So this is the result of like pretty thin weathering pigment. And like it really coated the stuff. It looks really dark, but like this is the stuff, but it dries looking just like this. Yeah, it's pretty thick. I shook it really well. I made sure it was completely mixed up. What I think I might do, I might grab a new bottle of this stuff and just add it into here. Just thin it out more. Just so I can have a thinner weathering pigment to use. But it does dry the proper color. So, whoops, there goes the turret. But it dries the right color and everything as the actual sand. So it is the same stuff. Yeah, I could thin it out. What I really wanted was just something consistent, like something I didn't have to worry about. Which I'll get to, like I can figure that out as I go. I might just thin out the whole bottle. Several systems, dang. Just pipette thin it. Yeah, just measure out drops and stuff. That's fair, but just easier if it's already thinned in the bottle, I was surprised at how thick it showed up. What I'll probably do with that tank is I'll just dry brush the bright warm gray back over top of it. And it'll cover up the worst of the pigment. Okay. Got one with the second coat. Did I get this one with the second coat yet? Looks like I did. Yeah, I did. I did get that one with the second coat. Okay. Both of the Predators are done. Star Wars Arcade, Star Trek Academy, and Doom. Nice. I never had a Sega. I had a friend with a Sega and it was always the coolest thing, but never had one. World Leaders. You got stuff to pass off to, Vaughn? SN64, nice. Yeah, we had an NES, and then we got an N64, I think was our next system. Any games with them? Yeah. I gave me it's either, weirdly enough. Oh, okay. Okay. I think I've had a game against either one either, but I haven't played 40K in quite some time, so it makes sense that I haven't. Yeah, we'll see if the World Eaters Codex is super broken. It's all about points, though, right? Even the article they showed today, like, they have sample army lists, but those points won't be the final points. So, if it looks too good today, that doesn't mean it's going to be any good tomorrow. Need another Custodes army? There's one with a knight. Oh, cool. Oh, Custodes army game. Okay, okay. We're about to do a little heresy event Saturday. One time. Normally they do these things on Sundays, but they're doing this on a Saturday. A lot of people can't show up. There's not a lot of us right now. Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, the kits come out this week. I was thinking about getting the what's the dude? The Cacophonist? Emperor's Children Cacophonist. To paint for a giveaway. Do a one-day paint on that mini. Okay, we got red. Sounds good to you? Nice. Yeah, this will be definitely a thanks to Patreon kind of thing. Patreon helping to fund my my giveaways. Okay. So we're doing dark silver on a lot of these minis. So we'll start with the treads, but we're going to thin down the dark silver quite a bit. We're going to start with a big brush. It's a little bit of flow improver into it. It helps when you're painting large areas with this paint. It helps it flow better. So I have not been able to watch the new Andor season yet, the new episodes. But my wife and I did watch. Disney put up a 15-minute like recap, a season 1 recap, and it's essentially like, yeah, it's just a big recap, just a 15-minute, like going through all the like major points that happened. I thought it was very helpful. And also, there was a ton of stuff that happened in the first season of that show. What's up, T-Slayer? I had forgotten about, like, they put all the stuff that happened in that show in one season, which is crazy. Yeah, this tread piece broke trying to get supports, and it wouldn't glue all the way back on, but it'll be fine. Yeah, they fit like 4 like big story arcs all in one season, which is just crazy. Yeah, I'm excited for the next season. We're kind of flinging paint on this thing. I'm really excited for the second season. If it has the quality of similar to the first season, it's going to be amazing. Seems pertinent. Yeah. Yeah, a bit. A bit. And I think the first season, I think they did one episode at a time. They released one episode a week. This season, they're doing 3 episodes a week, and it's only like a 4-week season or whatever. But I think part of the reason the show felt like it was so long. I mean, it is a 12 episode season, which is longer than usual streaming TV show. But yeah, I think the fact that it was once a week and you had the whole week to like ponder everything that happened, and the pretty lengthy episodes, and Black Clover. Okay, I haven't seen Black Clover. I'm not familiar with what that is. Yeah, Andor's definitely the highest quality TV show, like Star Wars TV show out there. Used to be the norm. Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's a random anime. Okay, okay. Through episode 1 last night, 2 more to go just for the first arc. Okay. So are they each like are they each week is like a different story arc? Is that kind of what they're doing? Cuz that's amazing if it is. Yeah, I originally thought I was going to be watching the first episode tonight, but we're doing Patreon hangouts, so I'm watching that show with my wife. So, not tonight. Right, yeah, 25 episodes. To be fair though, the big like 25 episode seasons, they always had tons of filler. There's so much filler. Yeah. I mean, yeah, sometimes it's fine. I'm not always the biggest fan of like big filler episodes, so okay. Yeah, this guy. Let's get the tops of the treads here. Let's go real loose. We'll get the details later. It's called Lore and Universe Building. Sometimes, yeah. If it's Dave Filoni doing it, then yeah. Okay, simple work on those treads. Some filler. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I agree with both of you. I liked Skeleton Crew a lot. I also think The Acolyte had a lot more to give. I would have loved a second season of The Acolyte. But, internet be internet, so... I have heard I never read any of the like the High Republic novels that have been coming out and everything, but I have heard that all the High Republic like Star Wars stuff, it all seems very like clean and um, like lofty and everything, but there's like the most brutal things that happen in those books, especially for like Star Wars novels. So, and I think they conveyed that well in the Acolyte with that the big fight episode and stuff, and yeah, yeah, I agree with Teeny. Like it had this weird like everything's going great in the Republic, and yeah, there's some little things that are wrong, but overall it's really cool, and then it just goes off the rails. That's fair. I always expect Star Wars to have some clunky writing and fairly predictable plot and all that stuff. Like that's just kind of par for the course for any Star Wars thing. Even Star Wars without some cluck and cheese. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like Star Wars has cheesy moments. You guys remember the first episode of The Mandalorian? Like that show is so good, and the first episode, he literally like he goes to a planet and meets a farmer and gets on the what are they the big animals and like tames one, and like the dialogue's all like corny and everything. Like it's got some rough stuff, but then as soon as like you get to the end of that episode and there's like he reaches out and touches little baby's finger or whatever, and you're just like, what in the world? Like this show's incredible. Yeah, blue cheese is way better than smoked Gouda. Right. But he has spoken, yeah. Was that Queel? I think was his name. I like the character. I think Queel was cool, but man, that whole scene was goofy. Whatever, guys. Blue cheese is amazing. Sergeant Hiller's too ornate. The backpacks don't fit. Oh no! Oh, that sucks. You can't like turn them so they fit or whatever on something. Yeah, Book of Boba Fett was pretty bad. Not Book of Boba Fett. It was season 2.5 of The Mandalorian. Hey, Typhus, what's going on? Yeah, yeah, I got you. Everybody knows it. I remember they showed that first Mandalorian episode, and everybody's like, "What? Like, wow, that was cool, but like, where's Boba Fett?" you know, Boba Fett, yeah, and then they do like a whole other episode with him. It's just like, why? Like, why was this show made? Brought back Cortosis armor. Yeah, it's true. They made the Sith actually scary, like terrifyingly powerful, um, which was cool. I agree with that, Raja. No, Boba Fett's lame as a character, always has been. Now Jango Fett was cool, but not Boba Fett. Okay. Let's get a... Just do this brush here. T-Slayer, when you say they, I feel like you mean like internet Twitter stuff, and I'm sorry to say, like Twitter isn't real. There aren't real people on Twitter. Most likely that kind of stuff is made up by like the producers of the show to get people to talk about their show. You all know what I'm talking about. You guys get those YouTube shorts, right? That's just like scenes from a movie and you just keep getting them. And eventually like, man, I kind of want to watch that movie. It's just the studios like advertising their movie in a different way. It's the same thing when anyone says they're going to cancel something. It's just advertisement. Who's the Master's predictable? Yeah. Yeah, people were predicting that guy was gonna be the actual, you know, like apprentice or whatever. Because we know he's not the Master, but he was gonna be one of them. Pretty early on, I think it was the first episode they showed him as like a little sales guy. Only movies with William Dafoe are good these days. Cancel my appointment so people get more interested. Yeah, there you go. Yep. What about YouTube Shorts? Yeah, it is a lot of stolen content. No, I watch a lot of YouTube Shorts. That's all the internet stolen content, Aslan. You think I'm painting, actually originally sitting here painting right now? This is just recycled footage of someone else painting something. Watch The Machinist. Okay. It's jewel cases. Oh no. Best actor. I think that goes to Daniel Day-Lewis. But he is almost in nothing. Sleeping at the wheel lately? Really? Huh. Mislabel on parts. Oh, I get that all the time. I actually write down or like circle and like correct things in the instructions when they're wrong. My hope is one day I send that to GW, just like a box of instructions that have all the mistakes, and they like thank me and they all clap for me and just give me all kinds of free stuff for it. But you know, confusingly large. No, I've never Googled that phrase. Oh, okay, Typhus, that's nice. I don't think that's something I care to look up, so I guess thank you for your sacrifice on Googling that in your research. Okay. Tread. Okay. I'll set you down here. Truth Seeker? No, I've never seen it. They took the options away from just about every faction. Aslan. Or Drukhari don't even know what options are anymore. So Grey Knights want you to think, yeah. Their refresh. Hey, Grey Knights have a newer line of miniatures than Drukhari do, so. Okay, that inside. Thousand Sons of the cooler Grey Knights. Yeah, that's right. Grey Knights are way more boring than Dark Eldar. GW's trying to change that, though. They're trying to make Dark Eldar as boring as possible. They've been doing that for the past 5 editions. Yeah, they're getting their first new character, or new unit. Their first new unit since 5th edition. Yeah. which is actually just a 5th edition character that they're getting back. So it's not even a new unit. They're actually getting something added to their codex instead of taken away for the first time since 5th edition. Yeah, Duke Sliskus was my favorite. Yeah. I used to run him and Baron Sathanix together because they had crazy good like start of game rules. And you'd freak out your opponents. Mighty Fine Crimson Fist. Yeah, these are some really nice Crimson Fists, aren't they? Yeah, thank you. Bespoke. Yeah, a new Tantalus. A new Tantalus would be great with Vect. Yeah, that'd be nice. That was the guy on Discord. New Flesh Covenant? Yeah. I mean, it'd just be nice if they had new units. Maybe they'll finally get grotesque units in plastic. That'd be crazy. Oh, yeah, the guy, the named Hellion. Yeah, Baron Sathanix. Yeah, he was the gang leader. He was the leader of the Hellions. Yep. Then they took from Xenos. Yeah, that would be nice, Groovy, wouldn't it? More units that aren't Eldar, like Craft World Eldar. They're the only ones that seem to get new units for Xenos. Yeah, I think that'd be great, Aslan. Yeah, Tantalus build that you can also get Vect out of it. Alright, guys, I'm going to take a quick break, use the restroom, and then I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Alright, I'm back. You said Dark Eldar will get Vect? I mean, we've been saying that since 5th edition. That's been the word for 15 years now. That we're going to get Vect. And I'm not entirely convinced that we will. Vect versus Jagatai? Yeah, that'd be cool. I don't know if I'll finish these today. I'm pretty certain we'll finish them tomorrow if we don't finish them today. Better on this here. Okay. Turns on that one. One more. One more here. Out further than getting your units back? Yeah. Yeah, Dark Eldar have lost a whole bunch of units. Every edition they lose unit options. Yeah, and like, you know, the Craft World Eldar, they haven't got a ton of new units, but um, they got a ton of stuff moved over to plastic and everything. Like, they still get a ton of attention. Where the Dark Eldar, it's been a character and one unit every edition that have moved from Finecast to plastic. And that's it. Yeah, because 8th edition it was the Rax and the generic homunculus, and then it was Lilith, and it was just Lilith and a succubus, I think, were the only things in 8th. No, and or was that also 8th? Maybe 7th was one of those. And then 9th edition it was Drazar and the Incubi. I guess 10th we've had the Mandrakes, so we already got our unit. And then we'll get Lady Malice. Hey, Misfit, what's up? I like how these treads are. They just give you a blank spot on the back. You don't have to worry about any more treads in. It's plastic kit. Yeah, they only made them in Finecast. They only ever sold them direct only. Yeah, and that was like 2 editions after they came out as like models. Yeah, same with the Court of the Archon. Court of the Archon was the same deal. Toll violation notice? What are tolls? Where do you pay tolls? I know most states have them, don't they? I don't pay tolls. We don't have tolls. Road tolls in Ohio. You have unconstitutional school funding, though. Just kind of allowed to sit. All Finecast. Oh, grotesque. Wow. Oh, just text spam. You know what? Yeah, Utini, I got that one time. I got that a couple weeks ago or like a couple months ago. Tell me that I owed money for a toll, and I was like, wait a minute, like what? Like at least know the state you're texting. Like, come on. What a lazy scam. Texting me in Ohio that I owe money for tolls. It's lazy but effective. Yeah, I'm sure it is. What scams do old people not fall for? That's what I want to know. Just quoting Lil Jon. Where it's Robin Hood Little John, not Lil Jon, right? I can see that being in one of his songs, though. That would be appropriate, right? Scamtex adds me to a group chat with like 40 people. Yeah, it seems like that'd be pretty funny and like pretty meta, right? Hey, Sazabi, welcome. Ave Dominus Nox, yeah. Not for me, though. This is for someone else. All right. Let's get some exhausts. Get this little back wheel here. Attempting to read the omnibus? Yeah. Oh, really? Interesting. Yeah, I've heard lots of good things. I've never read it, but I've heard a ton of good stuff about the Night Lord's omnibus. Gotta get some readers, man. Get some glasses. Yeah. What happens when you start getting older? You have to do those kind of things. Leviathan Omnibus 2. Space Marine 2 got a Tyranid itch, yeah. Oh, that's annoying. It's all Eldar. Yeah. You gotta double stack your glasses. That's what you gotta do. You gotta double up. Put readers over top your glasses. What's up? What's up, Pirate Gamer? How you doing? Getting all the Night Lords fans? You guys all sleeping in? Getting up at noon? Spruing. Really? Huh. Which backpacks? The jump packs or what? What are you talking about? They're just being frustrating. Like the lore, yeah. Oh, cool, yeah. I get it. Oh, it's 5 p.m. So you're getting up at 5 p.m.? Dang, Pirate Gamer. Truly nocturnal. Yeah, old Star collecting boxes, yeah. I've been playing since playing these games since like 2002. Third edition. Yeah, yeah. I I was I got into 30K right at the end of third edition. I bought some Tau minis in the Tau Codex after seeing them in White Dwarf. $19.95 right at the BattleTech. All right, nice, nice. Don't know what edition to start collecting boxes. They were throughout different editions, so yeah. I think the start collectings they were going through 9th edition. They had start collectings and they switched over to combat patrols. Release before Leviathan, nice. Yep, I started with Lord of the Rings strategy battle game. That was my first game that I got into. Just moved on from there. Okay, we got your exhaust. You know, let's rinse. This box I wanted. Yeah, yeah, that's cool. I mean, the Mawloc and the Trigon were a cool mini, or are a cool mini. They're still around, so. Ugh. It's only noon, guys. It's crazy. Oh yeah, yeah, that's a good value. Yeah. Tibby used to have some good value sets. There was a long time ago, I think it was like 4th edition. They made these cool sets that were, they were like a basic infantry squad plus a transport. And that was the squad. Or that was like the set. So they had like an armored fist set, and it was a squad of like Cadian infantry, just like guard infantry with a chimera. Or they had Tau like fire warriors with a devilfish, or a Space Marine tactical squad, the Rhino. Those are really cool sets. I wish they would do more stuff like that. You got like a slight discount on them. Or the greatest sets GW's ever made were the Apocalypse boxes. Do you guys remember the Apocalypse sets?
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your home.
Hey, Melee Noctum, thank you for following, and welcome in. I remember GW literally made a set with anyone painting Night Lords? Yeah, these aren't my Night Lords. I will be perfectly upfront about that. But thanks, Zen, for giving me Night Lords to paint, and now I have followers because of it. GW made a set. They made one. It was 10 Leman Russes. It was just a battle company. That was the entire set. Yeah, how you guys doing? Welcome in. What's up, Gosu? It's Knight and 4 Armigers, yeah. Well, Knights weren't a faction when Apocalypse came out, the sets I was talking about. Knights did not exist in lore or tabletop. I think they had a set, it was 3 Baneblades. That was one of the box sets they sold. There's also one, it was like 10 or 12 Chaos Spawn, the plastic ones, because that was a formation you could run. It was just a whole bunch of Chaos Spawn. Nemesis Claw Kill Team. Yeah, I've heard that one is they have trouble keeping that in stock. Continue getting silver on these minis. Yeah, I can't find the Trader Guard. The Trader Guard box is cool. I wish they would just put out some Trader Guard rules, like as an army, you know? The Lost and the Damned or whatever they're called. That'd be cool. Okay. We got the exhaust, so we can go back through. Yeah, they should be. Back in high school were interesting. We didn't know how to assemble them. Use hot glue. Oh no, yeah. Yeah, Sazabi, yeah, that's it's rough. They hate my money, yeah. Hey Judge Dave, what's up? APOC in the unit, yeah. There were some good ones. There was a whole Space Marine company that you could buy. So it was 100 Marines with like transports and stuff. The rhinos. It was like 10 rhinos and 6 tactical squads, 2 Devastator squads, and 2 assault squads or whatever. Like 20 assault Marines. It's crazy. IG, a full regiment. Did they sell a full regiment box set? Find that and link that to me. Let's see if we can find those APOC sets. I know there are websites that keep track of like everything GW's released. It's Epic or Go Fish to Titans a long time back, yeah. Yeah. Dark Mech, Trader Guard, Cultist all rolled into one book. Yeah, that'd be cool. And that's doable. But no, we're gonna get Dark Mech for 30k this year. You guys watch. Yeah, me too, Gosu. Me too. Yeah, getting those giant spider walkers in proper 30k, that might just be massive, but that would be awesome. My wallet, let me supplement my 40k AdMech, yep. We have a guy in our local heresy group who's making a Dark Mechanicum. And he's using, he's doing like tons of conversions with his army. That looks great. But he's using Night Haunt minis to mix and match. And some AdMech stuff. But he has some really cool looking conversions he's doing. Yeah, I agree, John Locke. Yeah, yeah. The Deimos pattern is superior. It's cooler looking. Ones themselves. Necrons are painted Molotov chrome. Oh no, where's Zen? About to freak out here. I gotta look this up. Gotta look these up. Forces. Oh man, they have all the data sheets. Can you actually get these? Okay, they don't have full rules. Let's see. These have sets. Huh. I want to find these now. I'm like... Alright. Point Nighthaunt Dark Mech is issue is a hassle. Okay. Huh. Right. Those old Necron vehicles are a pain to assemble. Yeah, I have a Necron army, and I put together one of the Ghost Arcs, and it was pretty miserable. Like it was a pretty bad experience overall. An easy book to put together, yeah. Right, Sazabee, but Games Workshop doesn't mix game lines anymore, so they won't put 30k Mechanicum. So it just end up being Demon Engines and Vashtor and Cultists, but that's just the Chaos Space Marine Codex, right? Oh man, it's just gonna be the Thousand Suns robots through and through. That's gonna be Dark Mechanicum in 40k. Ghost Ark still in the box waiting. Made a hard stop. Yeah, the Ghost Ark is weird. It was a weird mini to assemble compared to anything else I've ever assembled because they show you the pictures and you end up putting together like that skeleton, kind of like rib cage area, and they tell you how to do it, but they don't tell you that there is just the tiniest subtle difference between each side of of those like rib cage pieces where you glue them together. And so you end up gluing and you're gluing and you're gluing. You do like 5 or 6 of these, and then you get to the end and you realize it's backwards because you didn't do it exactly right the first time, but it's like too late to separate them. And so it doesn't fit right onto the, and there's only one connection point between that whole front ribcage transport section and like the pilot area with all the engines and everything. So it doesn't fit right. So I ended up using a ton of like plastic and plastic cement to like melt plastic in between it, and um, yeah, and made sure that there was actually a good connection there. Evil Stilt Boys, yeah, for Dark Mech. Yeah. It's gonna happen. Yeah, no, Aslan, I agree with that. They could break that Chaos Space Marine Codex down a little more. Scheme, painting law sub-assemblies. Yeah, yeah. There you go, yeah. If and when you get to it, just keep that in mind. You have to make sure they're facing, every piece is facing. They very subtly, like, there's a very subtle, like, concave and convex angle for each side. You can't see it if you're not looking for it. So just make sure you're looking for that. My Vashtor being the faction leader of Lost 2? Yeah, yeah. Okay, this one I'll have these weapons and then maybe just this front window here. Let's just get these front windows on everything. I have to do the turrets as well. Yeah, he can just do demon engine stuff with him. Yeah, he definitely is like a, like a demon character for Dark Mechanicum. Where he fits. Okay, so we'll get the las cannons here in a couple minutes. Let's come back to the rhinos. Yeah, one of the. I know. Yeah, the Emperor's Children Codex is weird. He definitely left out some things that shouldn't have been. Yeah, it's impressive to say that the Emperor's Children feel half baked compared to World Eaters, because World Eaters are a half baked faction as it is. So that's just kind of funny to hear. Emperor's Children are a quarter baked faction at this point. Yeah, they are. They definitely are Gosu. this other one. I think that's it for the silver on these rhinos. Order baked is generous, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they treat Emperor's Children like a Xenos faction. This. Okay, we got silver pieces. Cool. Like literally anything else. Yeah. It's exactly right, though. Yeah. Yeah, I like Ultramarines getting stuff, though. That's why I play Ultramarines, because they get stuff. What's up, OK Guardian? How are you doing? Not too bad. That's good. Good. We're chilling, working on some tanks. Fingernail polish is starting to come off. A little over it at this point. Space Marine. Oh no, yeah, yeah. Of course it is, Sazabi. Yeah. We all want stuff other than Space Marines to come out. But my Horus Heresy playing self still wants tons of Space Marine stuff to come out. He's out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they will. The reason I think Predators will be phased out, and same with Rhinos, is because they're usable in 30k. GW is going full bore on not crossing miniature lines. And I don't know if the tactical squad will be last for them to get rid of, but I know the tactical squad will go too. Like it's just inevitable. And they'll probably make up something like telling you can use your tactical squad as like Stern Guard veterans or something. But they'll put them in Legends. Yeah, so Sisters have a unique Rhino that they use. I don't think they use the full sprues from the classic Rhino. I think they share some sprues, but that's about it. So that might be one reason to keep that around. The Chaos Space Marine one, I don't know. Maybe they'd make a new one for Chaos Space Marines or something. But yeah, the kit will probably stay around for a while. But is it just a standard and upgrade sprue? Okay. It has been a long time since I have assembled a Sister's Rhino. If you like rhinos, then come play, or if you like predators, then come play 30k. What you should do. Because they are cheap as chips. You can get a lot of them. Yeah, they just give them an upgrade sprue to take the tracks out and make them float. That'd be pretty funny. Oh, the weird round turret. I like the Deimos turret. But yeah, everybody's got the preferences. You don't have to run it with the Deimos. Like, you don't have to run it with the round turret. You know, unless you're like bent on buying plastic and that's all there is. But yeah, the rounded turret does not affect gameplay. There are not different rules. Ugh. You did sell a rhino for cheap? Oh, nice. Okay. We need to get more silver on these predators. The rhinos, the silver's done on them. Searchy has some explaining to do about this 8-sided plinth. Yeah, there are STLs for tracks for repulsor vehicles and stuff. Good water. Same with a Rhino chassis, not replacing it. Yeah. No, they'd probably keep them for sisters. They just wouldn't have them in Space Marine armies anymore. That's all, you know. Not that big a deal, right? Okay, Zen, you painted this whole bunch of silver. I actually printed out a different turret here, so that's something. Okay. Or different sponson, I guess. I did the old school 30k sponsons. I have a mini from Zen, so I'm trying to match his color scheme. At least for the most part. Use repulsor vehicles with my Cardons. Yeah. I mean, transports aren't that big of a deal in 40k anymore anyway, so... Oh, okay. Weird. Yeah, like make like scout units out of them? Troy, yeah. That'd be cool. Let's just get the big stuff with the big brush, and I'll come back with the smaller brush. Yeah, it's cool. Well, that's how the Sosby the Horus Heresy mini line started with Forge World, and it actually started with not Horus Heresy. It started with the Badab War. It was a book about a war that took place, like 1,000 years before current 40k. But this is also like way before the Primaris and all that weird stuff started happening. But so it was like in the 39th millennium or something, or the 40th millennium, and there was this war, and they talked about these chapters and stuff, but they're like, yeah, it's not current 40k, so not everybody has Mark 7. So they started making like Mark 4 and Mark 5 and Mark 6, and made all these different armor marks to go with the game to make it more interesting. And that might also be where the Kakaradons like show up for the first time too. So they kind of got their lore there, and then they started there was like the what was that, the Betrayal of Calth box set, and the Heresy book started coming out, and they're like, yeah, we hold these old armor marks, like here's the game for them, for like everybody that's not Badab War. It's it's the Heresy. It's where the Space Sharks return, yeah. So yeah, that was where like the whole thing started, with all those old armor marks and stuff. Forge World Heresy book series for the game. Oh dang! Are you talking about the like the black books? Those ones you're talking about? I would love to have book 7. I think that's Inferno, the Prospero one. I would love to have that book, but that book sells for like $300 on eBay. Nice. That is a solid collection you have there. Yeah, it's like $1,000 of the books you have. Yeah. Proxy representing Tiberios. Tybros just a big dude. There was an actual Tybros mini though, wasn't there? Yeah, the black books are a really big deal. Yeah. He was puny. Okay. Yeah, it definitely doesn't. I think you could find it from like recasters. You can find that Tybros mini because I've seen it before. It's definitely not expensive, but you're also dealing with recasters, which is, people would consider that a whole thing. It's a whole conversation on its own. But yeah, 3D prints. Yeah. Yeah, well, there's Ukraine and Russia. Yeah, they definitely have some big recasters from there. I got Tyros STL. Well, there you go. Python Dreadnought, so he can't run. 10th, yeah. Leviathan Dreadnought's my favorite. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair, Sazabi. Yeah, I get it. I don't think there's even like a moral gray area for recast if the model's out of production. You know, like get the mini. Nova tickets last night. Oh, cool. All right. Nice. Six rests. See, buying those recasts just sounds miserable, though. Like, that sounds like a miserable hobby experience. Not even about the cost at that point. That's good. That wasn't too bad. I'll tell you guys, sometime soon, in the somewhat near future, I do have Conrad Kurz to paint. So if that's something you want to see, I'll assemble and paint him on. I might assemble him on stream. I think I will. The converting is the hard part, yeah. Yeah, this will be my third Forge World Primarch I've been able to paint, so. Painted one for myself, and this will be someone else. Rastus Knight. Okay, okay. But that looks cool. If you got pictures, or share pictures, let me know. In a Discord, or if you got like an Instagram or something, where you'd post pictures. I'd be interested in seeing a Chaos Rastus Knight. Had recast. Symbol it sometimes advertise as a recast. Oh, that sucks. Okay, turret. start with the autocannon here. Or the Predator, yeah, Predator autocannon or battle cannon, whatever we call it. With conversion, if I'm being drive nails through the chain. Oh wow, that's cool. All right. Sounds like a neat idea though. We'll get the inner little window, little viewports here in a minute. Neoprene mat for Marvel United. Oh, cool. Got some food. Nice. I'm hungry. Orc armies and for Forge World Chaos Warhound. Wow, okay, okay. It's been in the bag for over 10 years. Supposed to have been real. Man, people are savage when it comes to scamming people out of real Forge World minis. Hey guys, if you're gonna trade for real Forge World minis, especially big stuff, ask for the paperwork. that. Something else on here. Oh, that's right. Yep. It's hard to find even a yes, yeah, it's true. Egg rolls and tater tots, that's legit, man. Sounds good. I grilled last night. I grilled chicken wings. They were insane, and I grilled my wife a steak, so which was also insane. Great. And we roasted veggies. We roasted some red potatoes and green beans. Yeah, it was good. And then tonight it's more grill food, so. We're gonna grill some veggies. I have some shiitake mushrooms, some zucchini, and fennel. I don't know if you guys have ever had like fresh fennel. It is the weirdest tasting like vegetable. Crazy. Or go real or gray market, yeah. Resin print, you're good. Right, right. Yeah, tournaments, yeah, I wouldn't do like official GW tournaments or, something that people would give me issues on my armies because I use 3D prints as well. And these aren't my vehicles, but these are all 3D printed tanks. So, Grandma used to make fennel. Yeah, it's a big root. It looks almost like celery, or a leek. If you guys are familiar with leeks, so we grill it or you air fry it and you like char it like it's all roasted. Incredible tasting. It has a weird like minty flavor to it. It's really trippy, but then you roast it and it gets like really good. It's like really good roasted veggie taste. Yeah, oh, so good. So yeah, fennel, zucchini, and mushrooms on the grill is gonna be solid. I think I'm gonna grill some pork with that. So it's the grilling dad this week. All right, we got silver. Let's get some black. Buy cars instead of as a hobby. Yeah. I don't even play. I just paint. Yeah. Yeah. That's fair. So I go to events a lot. I like going to events and tournaments, but it depends on like the game. So I went to my first 40K tournament in like 5 years or something, more than 5 years, last summer, and it just killed my desire to play 40K. So, yeah, you're talking about fennel seeds, Tradios. Like the fennel seeds are one thing, but the actual like plant, the fennel plant, is completely different tasting. There's like some similarities, like little notes of flavor, but yeah, the actual vegetable is it's delicious. Like it is worth like checking out and yeah, and like trying to cook with it. I'll go to like Horus Heresy tournaments all the time because our local heresy group is awesome. Fennel and anise are okay, cool. Yeah, heresy and like normally the specialist GW games, if you're into GW stuff, like the specialist games are cool. Those are always where all the like laid back, chilled, like somewhat better groups overall tend to hang out. Way too much paint on that brush. Anise is one of those loved or hated flavors. I can't picture the flavor, honestly. Spending way too much money on its paint. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you gotta write that stuff down. Yeah, keep track. Yeah. I get it, though. I buy a lot of paint. I haven't bought the new monument stuff yet, but... I've only went and actually purchased minis once this year, so far. I spent quite a bit of money. I bought some tanks, some Heresy tanks for myself. Otherwise, I've 3D printed stuff for myself to paint and use. Don't like black licorice, you won't like anise. Yeah, yeah. I think fennel's a little similar to that. You could probably give fennel a little bit of like a licorice, like description, right? So you went for sale. You'll see $2,800 prepay for someone to professionally paint a Reaver Titan. Oh no, yeah, yeah, I don't want that. Long story short, guys, I'm hungry and I'm excited about dinner tonight. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's a project you want to do on your own, right? How long do you guys think it would take me to paint a Reaver Titan? Yeah, these are 3D printed. Yep. Tech is getting... This is an older printer. This is a Mars 3 Pro. But I got my settings down, and you can definitely tell. Like, looking at the bottom of it, you can see these Predators especially. The supports on these are pretty crazy. The back end of it isn't quite so... Not quite so even. Yeah. Forget the airbrush, you play 85% of it in a day. I don't think I'd be able to do that. Not that much. I mean, I would airbrush, get all my airbrushing done in a day, but there's so much to that mini. I don't know. I do love Reaver Titans, guys. Reaver Titans are my favorite Titan, but I have never painted anything close to that big. Royalist Reaver, so it made me want one. Yeah. 85% over a couple days for sure. Yeah, it's that last 15%. Way too much anise. Took me years to try to get. Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, it would take a long time to assemble them. Yeah. Yeah, a Reaver Titan would definitely be like a life's goal kind of thing, you know, like hobby goal for life. A week? Yeah. I think I could paint a Reaver Titan in a week. Holy cow. You know, I hear about people painting them. They're like, "Yeah, it took me 6 months. This was my 6 month project and everything." And you know, and other people have real jobs, and my job is just to paint on stream. But seems crazy. Let's see. I think we keep a bit more of the blue on these. I don't think there's a reason to go against that too much. 6 months to build, 1 turn to die. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we can change here. Let's do this. One of these blast shields black. We'll bring over here. My desk has had progress in at least a year. Yeah. I don't paint a lot of giant minis though. That's just like, it's not something I do. we played an Apocalypse game last year, and a guy in our group has a Warlord Titan, and the traders were two Iron Warriors players that came up with like 15,000 points between the two of them. And the Loyalists had lots of different factions, but they had the Warlord Titan, and it was interesting because they made a rule that the super heavies on the board, you can only take down half their hull points in the first turn, so they each get a chance to shoot and do their thing. So the traders went first, and they unloaded. It's Iron Warriors firing at Titans. Like, they're made to kill Titans, right? They're the Legion to kill the Titans. They unload on this Warlord Titan, and they didn't get through its void shields, and it was a big oh no moment. Not being able to get through the void shields on the Warlord. The Warlord proceeded to massacre like half of the Iron Warriors army the next turn. And yeah, that was pretty much the story of the game. Funny thing though, the Iron Warriors ended up winning. So, because they captured the objectives in the middle of the board. They just had like 4 Leviathans and then Perturabo, like a full retinue of like, what are they called, the Domitars or whatever, and yeah, just ran up the middle of the board and just lived through stuff. No templates come in, and Wreck Titan's doing much, yeah. I think the biggest problem with playing with the Titan in Apocalypse is everything's so crammed. Yeah, so your Titan's guaranteed to kill like 10 things on the first turn, just because there's no space for things to spread out. And like, if you throw a template at something, especially like a 10-inch template, like, you're guaranteed to hit. So, okay, we got some of those colors. Keeping the blue on those. Are we gonna do... No, let's do black. Let's do black bolter casings. Biggest mean to date, building a Celestine statue from the Blood and Seal. Oh, that's a cool statue. Yeah. I have that one. It's actually not mine. It's a friend of mine who brought his terrain to my house and told me to hold on to it because he didn't have room in his apartment, and it's still here. So, anytime he wants to take it, he can, and it's his, but... Move to get their saves, yeah. Oh, yeah, on the first turn, the Eldar Titans just die because they haven't moved yet. I will happily bring my my Malkador and Furnace onto the battlefield, onto an Apocalypse game to die in the first turn. Or live because the opponent recognizes it's not a threat. It's to fire its full template and kills one dude. We'll shut everything. Yeah, yep. Now, I don't think, I think in Modern Heresy, I don't think the Volcano Cannon can one-shot any Titan. Or a lot of the Lords of War minis. Just by the nature of the rules, they don't just, like, tanks just don't get, big Lords of War just don't get one-shot like that. Maybe Baneblades. But it does do a massive amount of damage. Strength 32, 18 damage. Yeah. Yeah, Invuln save still works against it. That's ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah, it's just like not impressive. Like, who cares if it's strength 32? Like, yeah, that doesn't. So basically, what it's doing is it's one-shotting like repulsors, and that's about what it does. Oh, it's D3 plus 3 shots. Okay, well that's a little different. I can see that situation, and I see how you decide to tank it on your captain, and then he fails his first 3 3++ save. I've played Dark Eldar long enough to know how that works. Okay. Black bolter casings. Black minis. Yeah, command rerolls, right? Okay. I think the last thing I'm going to kind of do today... We're going to put a wash down. Use this black wash. I'm going to thin it down a little bit. I put a little bit of flow improver and then some glaze and wash medium in. We're not washing over the blue. We're just hitting the silver and the red, really. my Phantom. It's Worry the Warhound. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right, let's mix this up. Give this wash a little bit of time to dry overnight or something. I don't know if I'll paint these tonight during the hangout, but see. 1,600 points of Emperor's Children. Nice. Very nice. Okay, the characters are coming out on Saturday. Alright. I think I might have to get... Yeah, my goal, if I can, guys, is to use this month's Patreon money to get the Cacophonist, and then do a one-day paint and giveaway of the Cacophonist. So that's something you might be interested in, or if you want to contribute. And how those giveaways work is if you come in the stream and you comment, then you get an entry. If okay, I'll call my local store then and see if I can't do a pre-order before then. If you're a Patreon member, you get an extra entry, and you also get an entry regardless of whether you come in. So you get an entry for being a Patreon member. You get one for just coming in and saying hi. I'll put you in there unless you explicitly tell me not to enter you. But yeah, that's how that works. I'll just need a few days. I'll assemble them and do everything, and that'll be our May giveaway. Will be the Cacophonist. And as we get more members in the Patreon and stuff, I can get more bigger things to give away. I don't have a scheme planned yet. No, I plan on thinking of something. Obviously, I'll have to think of something, but just haven't thought of it yet. All right, let's do all the treads first. Six scheme ideas. Okay. I'll check that out. Yeah, the black and pink has never been my favorite, so. Yeah, last month I painted an Eldar Farseer. I loved it. I painted it in the Biltan color scheme, and it was a lot of fun. A ton of fun to paint. Call him Farseer Supreme? Yeah, nice. That's Farseer with sour cream. Okay. Alright, alright. What is that's funny. Yeah, I'll probably paint something in purple. I like painting in purple. I have some good purple colors, so. Orange undercoat, dark magenta, purple, zenithal. Oh, nice. Okay. Very cool. Yeah, we'll paint them in a day, and then give them away. What do you guys think it would be cool if we get enough? Like, I want to continue painting minis for people. I think that's fun. But in order to give out more, like, I can't do like a giant mini in a 1 day paint stream, right? So I was thinking about, like, what if I got a character and then bought like a troop box, painted the character on stream, and then sent the troop box with the like in the mail with the winner, or for the winner. What do you guys think about that? Is that crazy? Is that like not good? I don't know. Just got the rest of the team yesterday. Nice. Kind of crazy. Yeah. So it just depends on, you know, like when the membership goes up, you know, I have more money to give away more things and to do more for people. So yeah. I don't know if that's like just yelling at someone like, "Hey, you need to start this army now," or whatever, but you know, if you watch me paint the mini and then you like the color scheme, you got like a little start right there. Yeah, I just have to hit a threshold, you know, to be able to do that, and you know, and be able to pay for shipping and everything. That's all. And I want to have something painted for people. You know, if we start getting Auspex money and I'm just giving out a Warlord Titan every month, then I don't need to paint a Warlord Titan every month, you know. But okay, we got that. We need some more wash down. It's wild. Yeah, it is. It really is. He gives away a lot too, but like he's making a good living off of it, so good for him. He starts speaking monotonously. Yeah, I gotta get my monotone going. Let's get the exhaust. careful because some of that wash is still drying. For some jewel cases? Alright. Let's get a couple of other things here. Super neat with this wash. How's everything? Hey, Hobby ADHD, what's going on, man? What's going on? Hope you're doing well. I am just painting some Night Lord's vehicles here. I think we'll finish them tomorrow. It's the lightning. The lightning will be like the big thing we gotta do. That'll be a only like really big step left. Some lighting things. Couple highlights. Do you keep your secrets? Flesh out my EC really nice, nice. You guys are planning. Class, my wife, spending time with other parents. Nice. Oh, that's cool. All right. PhD getting in the swing of things. Good for you, man. Yeah, hey, as soon as you have something figured out, everything's gonna change. So don't focus too much on trying to arrive at any kind of point in understanding. It never works. Other guy here. Make some pizza rolls. Oh, that sounds so good. I haven't had pizza rolls in forever. Time. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I gotta go to the gym after stream. Tank number 3. Napkin math, everything I've been buying before the faction came out. 3,100 points, dang. Okay. Yeah, so you got a decent army there. Looks like you got plenty for choices. That's the big thing, right? All the demon minis, yeah, that's fair. Okay. Red on this guy, I did not. This part on him yet. Have like guns to get. Nice about painting tanks when you're doing all these base colors is stakes don't matter as much. It either looks like weathering or you can weather over it. Especially with something as subtle as like a wash or a dark color. You get the power cables there too. Forgot about, it's okay. Come back and get them. Look good, thank you. Salamanders and Seraphon are really tempting, yeah. Yeah, well hopefully soon. Hopefully it's not too long before I get to play. Let's just do this other one here. A simple paint scheme. like a tabletop level. Just painted these for Zendral. There was the hope of painting these during the 12-hour stream. And I think I put a dry brush on them, and that was all I got to, and then I eventually changed out the dry brush. So, the dry brush color. But even that didn't matter. Painting Zen's tanks. Yes, yes I am. All right. So yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna highlight just a little bit, maybe over like some of the black and a little bit of the silver and the red, and then we do some lighting on the tanks. We do a little bit of weathering, and we do lightning bolts on the tanks. So the lightning will be going all around through the tanks, and that'll be about it. They'll get varnished, and then I'm not sure if Zen will put transfers on them or not. We'll figure that out. And I think he's going to do like weathering and some weathering powder and things on them. But yeah, I'll be putting lightning on them, and we'll do that tomorrow. But no, Painting Wife has not forcefully removed the nail polish. No, she's not pulled my fingernails out or anything yet. It's coming off. It's all working its way off. Looks really, really janky right now. But oh well, is what it is. But I'm going to call the stream there today, guys. And yeah, I will be on tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. So if you want to come hang out at 10 o'clock and just, yeah, dunk my hands in acetone. Yeah, it'd be great. I'm sure it'd feel great. But yeah, if you're not already following and you want to follow, that'd be great. And you can get, if you want to come into the Discord, hang out. We got tons of good painters, just a good group of people that chill and post pictures of minis and all that stuff. Yep, I will be doing the Patreon hangout tonight. If you are a Patreon member, link your account with Discord and it'll open up a couple channels for you. But we'll be in the Patreon voice chat tonight, hanging out and chatting and everything. So just while we hobby or whatever, it's good time. It's a good time. All right, and you guys all have a wonderful day. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody.